NiP managed to make their way through. I wasn't expecting that. Not even close, actually. I think I would have put them like a little bit ahead of Cloud9, but just
yeah.
And that's. I mean, I know they've been playing better, and I've been even a fan of that. But
and
just this is too soon, I think.
And there's been some very weird ties in this event as we're gonna get into things. But there's been some very strange ties that I think have kind of mixed things up, and that's what's made things a little bit sketchy coming down the stretch.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, we'll find out how it's going to all unfold. But
I was very worried. I just scarfed down a sandwich very quickly, and I didn't get a chance to make sure I didn't have any like mayonnaise, mustard on the face.
I would have told you, maybe.
You absolutely would not have told me. You would have just let me come out here looking like a slob.
There's just natural comedic value in that, I think. So, you know, was it a good sandwich at least?
It was a good sandwich. It's got like a certain nostalgic thing to it, you know?
All right. It's like a little same as last year, maybe. That's why.
Well, like, you know that season that the Pro League was done out of Copenhagen. I did the NA broadcast, so my schedule was like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
All right.
This sandwich was one of the few things that kept me going during that step.
So like a Danish sandwich kind of thing that we've got going on. Fair enough.
It's not as good as American sandwiches, but...
Well...
What is?
What is? That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not even going to get an argument from me on this front. I'm fine with it. Fine with that idea. I mean, what's going to happen in this game? You've got to wonder. I just obviously, as we said, we really got our grand finalists. So yeah, I think if you finish third, you get to choose who you play against in the show match or in the challenge. But apart from that, that's for both these teams. It's going to get interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And here on Nuke as well. Live into the pistol round, NiP taking on Navi, and Rez being very aggressive. Oh, that nade. That one hurts. Rez goes down, Guardian with the nade kill. And making their way into the lower bomb site. This is looking like a pretty decent passage so far for NiP.
Yeah, Flaming in a lot of trouble. Caught out in that corner. And now Popsky will get a great return. A 3-on-3. The bomb's going to be going down Forest. I mean, if he wins that fight, that does put them in a great position. But now, in fact, he might have given it up a little bit. Could be a problem.
Ooh, well, here we go. Popsky's going to shoot upwards. Finds one kill. Needs a follow-up, but not able to do it. Twist left in a 1-on-2, and he got the immediate goosh. That'd be a big kill if he could take down Boomich. But the bomb is now being defused. It's a long one, but it's not for him. He needs to win that fight, and it's not going to happen. Guardian's going to be able to stick things, and that is going to be the pistol round going over to Navi.
It's a very good job. 10-second defuse, definitely not easy, but yeah, they had to win that early fight. And Boomich just the man for it. Lord Boomich, in fact.
Lord Boomich.
Navi with the early round.
And I think Navi's probably one of the teams that's going to be most upset about not making it into the grand final. Considering that tie against Cloud9, that was very painful. That was the first match of the day. They just tied their previous, I believe, against Astralis as well. So there's some points left on the table that they probably wish they could have back.
For sure, the tie is going to be the big one, right? But then the fact that NiP just end up taking out Liquid, at that point you're just, if you're the rest of the field almost, you're just thinking what?
Yeah, Liquid as well probably had to be thinking in their head, man, if we could have just won that game against NiP,
yeah,
had a real shot at those grand finals. But either way, remember we mentioned this at the beginning of the event. Liquid, FaZe, Astralis already confirmed for BAHRAIN. Forest is going to turn the corner, but there's just way too many targets. Even Plopsky picks up that Krieg, but somehow manages to find Simple a second nade kill for Guardian so far in the game.
Electronic with actually a lot of damage outside towards Electro. And NiP, I mean, sort of bleeding players just trying to get across the map in this round. Forcing the issue maybe a little bit too much. Navi, I don't know. What's your feelings about them right now? Because I had that one night, just when they got Boomich on here, I was very hyped about the whole thing. I
think everyone.
And I don't really regret that, but I'm wondering how many people are already saying, "Oh no, it's not good enough" or whatever.
No, I mean, I think it's still positive. I think everything for Navi, I'm also very excited ever since they brought in Boomich. It's all just moving in the right direction, which is good to see, because for a moment, for a little bit there with Zeus in the roster, it felt like this team had kind of stagnated. Like we found the peak.
Yeah.
And we knew they wouldn't be going any higher. The third nade kill for Navi. Ooh. And just Guardian just banging kids out with the scout. That's not too shabby.
All trying to make it up the ladder, and just no access allowed. Didn't have the right wristbands, not allowed into the site.
That's the thing with Navi is I think everyone kind of realizes, especially with Blade coming in as a coach, probably one of the more complex tactical coaches that we have and more tactical in-game leaders when he was a player.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be a process to get all of that underway, especially with Boomich as an inexperienced in-game leader, especially at this level. I think there's a lot of positive things going on for Navi, but it's just going to take time. It's very similar to what we have with FaZe at the moment. I think the biggest question mark about the scene at the moment is these teams like Liquid and Astralis that seem to be... We know how good they can be.
Yeah.
We know how good they've been consistently in the past, but they've looked rough, both of those teams, over the last month.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when it's not the first time we've seen it, but you know, when you are on top and just surfing on that wave, right? It's amazing, but it does feel like once you fall off, then it all comes crashing down on top of you, and I don't know, like it's hard for teams to make it back, and it's not like the players have forgot. Like Liquid still have the look at Elysian that last game. You know, it's crazy performance out of him.
Yeah, he was pretty damn nuts.
So they have like all those things still in the team, still there in case they need it, but definitely something else that goes wrong, or some sort of, you know, just flow state that goes out of sync for them. So that's upsetting. We've seen some examples of you know, teams bringing it back and suddenly making it work. I mean, the current one that's tons of fun is the Fnatic one.
Yeah, Fnatic's on the rise. We have NiP on the rise at the moment. We have Navi that seems promising. We have FaZe who seem to be on the rise. So we have so many good things now. Where earlier in the year it felt like it was kind of that race between Astralis and Team Liquid. It was very much like a very top-heavy top 10. Now all of a sudden it goes deep into that top 10 for teams that are dangerous and look cool. Aggression from Electronic behind the smokes outside. Again, more pretty good utility coming out of the Navi defense. And Electronic is just biding his time. There's not a care in the world from NiP. They don't think there's a chance anyone is aggressive inside of this smoke. And Plopsky has somehow found his way towards Connector. And Electronic just simply lost track of it around that smoke.
Yeah, that was very weird because it looked like if Electronic had known, he could have probably just spun around and got that kill, but I'm going to be picked up here instead. A 4-on-4 for NiP to try and pick up their first round. They're fighting against a Scout and an MP9. And actually, that's one of the real rifles taken away there. Simple goes down. That's a big kill for Rez. And there's some range on this for Boomich. The MP9 still comes out on top, but it's even a little bit surprising you do that.
I don't know how Flamey gets up. It would have to be a flashbang from Guardian, who I don't even know, or just a shot from behind. There's the flashbang. Rez is tagged. He's going to turn. Good trade from Flamey. Now into a 1-on-2. Flashbang out behind the vents. He shoulder peeks. Forrest is blind out in the open. And Flamey picking things up, but never saw the flank coming. Good movement from Plopsky to be able to win that scenario. And the first round for the Ninjas on the board.
That was very close. I mean, that could have gone horribly wrong. So excellent job winning it towards the end. And, I mean, for Navi, at least they managed to take a bunch of rifles away here, even in a loss, right? Now, they don't really have much money themselves now, so they need to keep this up. But
that was around though. Guardian has a Scout as well, so now he's upgraded to the AWP, a little bit more power. Forrest going to try and make it on the vents with the MAC-10, and I don't know what he's going to be able to do. 22 HP, you have to imagine Simple heard that. And Guardian with that up is going to back away from all the pressure outside.
yeah,
I don't know if there's a defender down here at all.
Yeah, well, Flamey's kind of like posing on the edge of it, but that's really weird, isn't it? Lecro, that's running and gunning. Did he not have head armor, Flamey? I feel like he must have been lacking that.
Well, either way, he got wrecked. And some good damage is being dished out towards NiP, but Navi simply can't fight for this. You can't risk that AWP. It's time to back away. It's time to do it quietly. And hope that NiP is not going to go for the hunt. Lecro starting to look for it at the moment, clearing out the smoke. Simple still sticking around for a battle, covering his teammates' retreat.
That is just such a fast, aggressive style coming out there from NiP. And as you said, Forrest even dropping low in the early fight, but doesn't even matter. No one can rotate there in time. The only one that did was Flamey. He somehow got just destroyed by a MAC-10 at a very long range.
Well, they got there, right? But they couldn't actually get into the bomb site. Any of like the really powerful positions, they had to just stay in that U-Haul and not really even being able to fight whatsoever. That's the real tough part. Awkward headshot angle with the AUG as well. It all went wrong. 3-2, Navi still with the 1-round lead. That's a lot of stickers. Or sprays. Or whatever.
Someone's really spent some time, haven't they? Yeah, like, it's so curious because of, especially because how Swedish Counter-Strike has been looking for such a long time, that, you know, if that could start to make its way back, and even without Liquid being, you know, at 100% for right now, we still got EG out there, so American Counter-Strike is still looking very cool at the moment. Ooh, okay.
Blopsky just had no HP after running through the Molotov, and Guardian, that's a freest kill of his life. Boomich starts the round with a CZ kill and ends it with one. And Navi take a round. NiP trying to pick up the pace and get absolutely decimated in that upper bomb site. 4-2.
And that was, from NiP's point of view, right, in terms of keeping Navi out of the early fight here, that was a round they should have won, I think, a little bit easier.
They certainly probably feel that way as well.
Now instead, up there for Guardian, MP9 on Boomich. He seems to be one of those players that will just use any weapon, so I'm not even sure it's like a huge downgrade for him to use it. He seems to be just, yeah, pretty flexible.
Guardian's attention is kept towards the upper bomb site, towards Squeaky Door for quite some time. But Plopsky was being cautious outside. Might have been able to punish the retreat. And here comes the smoke wall. It's very, very close to Secret Stairs, and they're going to start walking behind this. Creeping up, staying out of vision, simple. Trusting those smokes to be a wall, and now swing out a little bit wider. Doesn't like the overextension, but he should call some information. I think he might have heard a footstep out towards those Secret Stairs.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? Simple. Just got his eye trained, so I mean, he's on the A-bomb side, but he's just making sure no one's flanking around yard either. And
there's already a committed player downstairs. I believe that's Electronic.
Yeah.
With his defense. He's just ready and waiting. Nasty little off angle. Can obviously get spammed through the rafters.
What did he do here on IP? 40 seconds. That's starting to get low on the clock, and again, that B-bomb side, they're gonna have to win at least one fight to get there.
It's a utility they're missing. One flashbang on Forest. And I don't even know if you can take the lower bomb site without any kind of utility whatsoever, so yeah. It'll have to be a round win, but Navi's gonna throw so many bodies at the problem. Once they can eventually know what's happening, Electronic, just waiting for the information, not committing to a single fight, letting them exit. He's been spotted out. That's not ideal, but a big win on Twist, and an even better trade from Plopsky.
10 seconds here as the bomb was going to be going down. If there had been a second player here for Navi, maybe they could have denied that plant. But instead, there's a chance here. Double creek for NiP. And maybe they could steal this round away. Navi certainly expecting it. That is kind of crazy. Forrest got dinked in the face while he was jumping there, Boomich. It's not enough for a kill. And now it's a 3-on-3. Navi edging their way in. Flamey, very attentive. Surprised he saw that at the top of his head. Now the bomb is being defused all the while. A little bit of a nice shot, and Lecro. That is outrageous. Taking down Flamey, and no defuse happening in this round. Guardian just wants the AWD to back on now. It's not going to be possible. A quad kill instead for Lecro.
What a beastly 3-kill inside the bomb site. That is an actually disgusting performance. He was at such a disadvantage. That bomb was planted at such a weird angle for him that he had to extend so much on that swing to get the diffuser. Guardian missed a shot, otherwise that round's over. What an awkward positioning for a post plant if that's where the bomb is planted for Lecro to be in, but somehow he makes it work perfectly. The transfer over to that second player for the headshot is an absolute thing of beauty.
Yeah, that was extremely well done. Lecro with Deagle, something that we've seen in the past many times.
That's a good point. He is known for his Deagle work. Flamey waiting for the presence in ramp room. Another very sparse, a very scrappy buy out of the Navi defense, and Flamey catches a flashbang full in the face, and he's just barely gonna get away. Twist maybe less than happy, and that's the bomb. Oh dear. Simple on the flank. I think he's been spotted. It doesn't matter. Forrest couldn't handle the fight. Another dink, a follow-up dink onto Rez. But look at the presence in ramp room for Navi. This is so brutal. Rez literally stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this. And simple jumping around the corner does not make it easier at all. If they had waited a long time, maybe Electro could have been to help out, but Navi just not even giving them the chance there, saying you're not going to get any way to help each other out here. So Electro now instead creeping around the map, looking for I don't know, anything that he can get at this point.
With the bomb dropping in that fashion as well, it's such a tough situation for NiP to manage because it's like all the defenders immediately like just realize if you're a T and the bomb drops like that exposed, you have to like just have all your attention on trying to get that back as quick as possible. And NiP just takes it, Navi just takes complete advantage of it. They start pushing through hut, they start flanking ramp room, and there's nowhere to go. There's no retreat, there's no way forward, and Navi's got them trapped.
So they bring it right back after, that again, a round like that for Electro, that's supposed to be like the big sparking moment where NiP started going a little bit more of a run. But now we just steal it away from them right afterwards, so...
Get wrecked.
No luck here. 5-3, and Navi, this is looking pretty good early on the CT side. Again, it could be a very hard half to play on the CT side if you run out of money or you just have a hard time with your rotations. They seem to be suffering from that.
It's looking good so far. That nade, ooh, I thought that was going to do tons more damage. It's looking good so far, but they haven't really been able to get comfortable. They're hanging on to this lead, but this lead is still easily can slip away from them. And this is an awkward fight. Headshot angle, simple transfers over. Him and Flamey in a very awkward paired up defense, and even shooting his teammate's dead body right at the end.
Seems unnecessary, doesn't it?
But that's the kind of simple we like.
Yeah, I just want to see simple play, even more in front of bigger crowds, just with all the hype behind him. I think that's one of my only complaints, really, about 2019 Counter-Strike, is that I haven't seen enough simple.
Yeah, it does seem, that's a good point. We'll get him back soon.
Well, just if Navi is going to be a better team from here on out, then that's one of the big things that I look forward to. One of the big sort of pleasures I think that could be out there is that maybe we'll get that. Boomich, the Lord on top of the hot, and he's doing it all. He's got no problems. Nice triple for him, and now a little bit more of a lead for Navi, starting to build it.
Yeah, now it's starting to feel better. And fair play. That was such a grind to have this kind of a lead, to have this kind of an advantage in the game, especially in terms of the money. Now that the SMG is providing some bonus cash.
And as they say, the Lord giveth, and the Lord take it away as well. So, just Boomich up there.
Okay. A little bit of blaspheming going on in the stream. I like that.
All the time. 7-3. Electronic got close with the M4. Plopsky, oh, I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's a gap, but I was really worried.
This is just deja vu from earlier.
Yeah.
Last time Plopsky and Electronic passed inside of that smoke. Free kill, and there's no one to follow up. There's no one to punish the retreat. NiP grouping up. Oh, and the legs are spotted. Simple gets aggressive. Another smoke goes up and towards the door. This is going to be a very disjointed hit. And what a brutal crossfire coming out of a narrow choke point. Navi looking very, very good.
Yeah, now they're starting to feel, a bit of more confidence. The fact that Electronic falls back in that fashion even suggests to me that he knew. He was like, oh yeah, that's that 1 yard kill I need, because otherwise, he was very exposed. There could have been someone up on the silo or anything like that, but nope. He was feeling like he had a good read there.
Well, back to pistols for NiP. Navi getting increasingly comfortable. It looks like Electronic is going to wrap around through the lower bomb site and head over towards Secret Stairs. 2 players outside for the Ninjas, 3 players in lobby.
Smoke, flashbang goes way too far, and I don't know if they could have challenged that. Electronic seemed pretty much ready for it.
Oh my god.
That is great, though.
That is a disgusting shot, and it's been the Deagles of deliverance for the Ninjas. Oh, trying to hold the cross. Simple's gonna hold on to the bomb site, so never mind whatever Electronic was trying to do, because that is so impactful. The Creek can't even get recovered. Plopsky on the reload, and Lekro and his Deagle, again, all alone. 1 versus 3. Simple with the magnificent defense.
Yeah, those headshots are just, you know...
They nasty.
Yeah, it's
real
half
nasty.
of the course for a Simple, though, isn't it? You know, that's just what he does. But that was outrageous. And even the Deals couldn't keep up with it. It's a good shot for us, but this is just easily cleaned up.
Yeah, it was a great entry with that Deagle, and it was an even better sequence from Simple to hold on to the lower bomb site. So, a little unfortunate. If you're NiP, not so much if you're Navi.
No, Navi are definitely loving this. They might have been loving it even more if it had been at a point, you know, earlier in the tournament where...
Yeah, like maybe against Cloud9?
Yeah, that would have been...
That's got to be the one that just hurts so much.
You think so, right?
But, I mean, you can look at it the flip side, or maybe we'll get to this point after this round, because NiP finally have guns again. Feels like they can finally fight for something again. Simple is downstairs, and Plopsy's going to lead the way outside trying to find Electronic. Although Guardian can peek from heaven with his AWP.
Yeah, he's got some tight angles to try and hold here. Scoping too much, and they'll definitely hear the sound of it on the other side. And he goes down to Lekro, beaten by the AK. The rest of the Navi team are actually pushing in towards the ramp and trying to go aggressive here towards lobby, but they'll lose that fight as well.
Yeah, but it's not over. The bomb is still dropped. Way far back towards T-spawn. And Rez has no escape. Someone's going to have to come back from outside. That's going to chew a lot of time off the clock. And if they control lobby, I think NiP is going to be hard-pressed to find a safe way to get the bomb into a bomb site.
Yeah. Ooh. And
this is
going down.
This is the other side. All this delaying allows time for Navi to kind of recover in the round, although just nothing working for him at the moment. Maybe even a godsend for Twist to go back for it, considering Navi already believed they had lobby cleared out. So just Simple, excuse me, 1 versus 3, and I don't think he's even gonna. I don't even know if he can go for this. There's plenty of cash on the Navi side, but that'll run out quick after you know, a round or two of investment.
I guess they didn't even know the bomb was that far back, so they just thought, like, once they cleared out that first kill on Reds in lobby, they just thought, all right, let's look somewhere else. If they had known and had stuck around, that certainly would have been very rough. So, yeah. Simple. He does have a kit. Maybe he go for like a last-second fight in a crazy defuse if they all start running out. He's certainly found that one. Twist going down, but yeah, now there's definitely no time left here. Some amazing shots at the end. Oh my god. That is just... Like, can't win the round. He's just showing up and say, you know what? You guys are nothing. Like, I'm just gonna make that point. That looked so easy.
You are insects.
Yeah, he's just sending a statement.
Yeah, that was freakishly powerful.
What's happening in the other games?
Astralis has a 14-0 lead over Cloud9, so they're giving the crowd a show. They're giving them what they want, a little bit of blood to end the day, despite the fact that Astralis can't make it into the grand finals. I imagine we'll see him in the showdown. And then we have FaZe Liquid. Liquid is currently beating FaZe 10-1.
Yeah, and it's hard to know with you know, with the weight of that game what that even means, but yeah, certainly Nef having a good game.
Another team who is like, man, I wish we could have had that earlier.
Yeah, just a second too late. That's how it is. 9-4, and yeah, NiP with a good win in that last round, but Guardian outside should be a strength of Navi playing on a map like Nuke. Just having you out there roaming the map. Simple also with the other AWP. So that's hard to deal with. Double or Navi and Guardian and Simple, and there's like, where do you go to not run into one of those? Yeah,
that's been one of the funs of theorizing about this lineup, is just, you know, even that ability. It's just like, holy hell, I have to actually go up against two of the best offers Counter-Strike has ever seen. Force is going to get a second with that UMP, but Electronic is just too much. 10-4 in the favor of Navi, and NiP just having a real tough time on this T side. It started out so well. I mean, you have to give credit where it's due. Navi has kind of earned this lead in the sense that those early gun rounds, you know, rounds 4 through like 7 or 8. Those were really grindy and really tough for Navi to handle. But once they got control of the economy, they've just ran away with it.
Yeah. Maybe go for like a vent dive, you know, double up again. Maybe you just go for that, and you will have a chance of it here. Rez gonna be running through, not vent diving, and the spray for Simple somehow connecting to take one down. Boomich hasn't seen anyone yet, and somehow that's a kill. There's Boomich with a kill, finally finding Plopsky. So I mean, 3 versus 4, and they're gonna go for a very quick bomb plant here.
Ooh, right to the smoke is Boomich. He's got him off the plant. That puts Electronic in a 1 versus 3. And that spray just bullets whistling past his ears. NiP with a huge advantage. The Molotov is extinguished, but it doesn't matter. A 5th round right at the end for NiP. So 5-round lead, 10-5 in the favor of Navi, but not a bad way for the Ninjas to just, you know, scrape a couple rounds together right at the end there.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm a little bit surprised that that they weren't able to win that round, Navi. The whole setup for it looked like it was going to be just fine, but yeah, somehow not able to. I didn't like that B defense for Navi. Some of the rounds didn't look that great. Even when they knew that someone was coming, they weren't able to rotate people into good positions.
They were really powered by like a 5-round stretch,
yeah,
where they just won 5 in a row, and that looked really clean. That looked really dominant with them. So that's really what powered them up to the 10 rounds that they have. We'll see if they can close out the map. Remember, it is going to be NiP in the grand finals, but Navi looking for some extra fun at the end of the event. Heading to a break. We'll be right back.
We are back here. Simple putting on a great performance in the first half against NiP, and they end up with 10 rounds on the CT side of Nuke. So they're doing a really good job at the moment. NiP, I mean, hard to know how they feel about this game. That to them, you know, they're already in the finals, so they're like, yeah, whatever, guys.
Yeah, this is, I guess, like maybe a little bit of warm-up, having a good time. But, you know, 5 rounds is admirable. I mean, at the same time, this is be a great chance if you're not feeling super comfortable in your Nuke to try some of those, like, new strategies that you don't want to bring out in a high-pressured situation. Like, just kind of go for it. See how they work.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that they could try something like that. Second half going to be starting off right now. And with NiP now on the CT side, they've got a just all USP lineup here with Kit and an HE grenade on Twist. That's pretty much it. And now we don't have anything super exciting either. So it's going to be just an all-out gun fight here, just a little bit of a battle.
I like everything about that. And who else but Boomich to lead the way? All the way down towards ramp room. They have control. And this is the first real engagement we've seen. Nade comes out, but no one is committed to that level of aggression towards Twist. And Navi now with ramp room control without taking any damage. They have so many options. They could actually even just fall back to the main lobby And I don't think there's any way NiP would be able to know.
Yeah, that's a good point. They've all the time in the world, don't really need to commit to anything. Guardian pushing on forward. Not even checking Heaven at that point in time. That seems risky, but the kill is brilliant. And that's the kid dropped almost outside of CT spawn. Oh, no.
Yeah, that kid is out of action. There's no way to pick that one up if you are on NiP. And oh, the late drop as well. And this has been such weird timings as Navi have taken control of the map that even Plopsky moved away from being able to support Lekro. So nothing going right for the Ninjas defense. Except for... Oh, nope, not even that. That's not even going right. He could have stopped the plant. Can't find the kill quick enough.
Everything about that is shocking. Why did it not plant in the cover of you know, having so many players on the other door? That's a nice shot for Rez. Having a hard time finding the follow-up, but now he's been dinked in.
Gushed.
Gushed. That's exactly right. They had opportunities there in NiP that just weren't. I don't know where the bullets went.
Yeah, the not stopping the plant was brutal. That might have made Rez's position even stronger. If you stop the plant and Navi has to spend, you know, the extra 2 seconds, Rez opens that door, and then maybe you can continue to be a nuisance in terms of the bomb being planted or going down. So, just unfortunate set of circumstances.
Seen a couple of times now, Electronic, you know, bringing away his microphone before he's coughing into it, and that is, you know, everything you want in a teammate. Don't cough into your microphones, people.
Do you think he did that on his own, or do you think one day someone from Navi was just like, if you cough into your microphone again, I will destroy you? I will
one more time. No weapon drops, no nothing. Yeah, I don't know, like one way or the other. He's learned, right? So that's an important, that's like...
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter how you learn as long as you do learn.
Someone's got to tell you, right? It's good internet, you know, just basic manners, I guess.
Look at this position from Forrest. He's just biding his time, waiting for his perfect, opportune moment.
Oh, they're crouching and right underneath Electronic.
Yeah, well, he's got to have a kill, like, come to him. Someone try and chase down that scout in towards CT spawn. The unfortunate thing is he can't spot Electronic.
Oh, and does he see him? Shot ranged out. That's suspicious. Nice shot from Forrest, and what a follow-up. That's... I don't know. That's rare that you see that kind of a play. CC, normally you try and bring it up close in the hallway, and now the follow-up from Twist, the headshot to take down Guardian.
What was the USP bullets in the previous round that didn't work? This round, it's the Kriegs and the AK-47s. What a good show from Forrest there, popping up with the CZ for that double kill. Smiles on Lekro's face.
Yeah, why not? I think they're feeling pretty good about the whole thing right now. 11-6. And I guess we'll, you know, get a chance here for NiP to start to bring it back into to the game a little bit.
Yeah, that's a really good rebuttal. That's going to allow them to close the gap a little bit, but they do have to get through this. There's Deagles on Navi, 4 players, 1 scout on Electronic. Pretty passive setup from both teams. Nice shot from Boomich. That had to have been in towards the upper bomb site. You can see the X there at the back of the A site. So that'll shrink, that'll turtle up the defense a little bit. I think there's going to be more space outside for Navi to work with as it's just Twist out here waiting. And that's the first kill onto Flamey. Going to go for a follow-up towards red boxes. Or the red box. Just singular.
Just the one out there, you're right.
Just the one.
Twist with a nice angle. Could get smoked off, but otherwise, a little bit of... Oh, it's just as he looked away, Electronic. Again, it is a classic.
No, but the Deagles are doing some work. Boomich had that first kill, and now Mini is open and Force. It's all down to timing. He's got to be very aware of when that smoke is going to clear, and you can see starting to glance over now, and I believe he spotted Simple. If not, actually seen him, but maybe a dot on radar as the smoke cleared. And the timing on this is going to be brutal as well. Guardian needs to get around the corner because he's being flanked from radio room. Doesn't even matter. Lekro with the off angle, and NiP have their 7th round.
And that seems suddenly very doable, right? Seems like the kind of thing where they can absolutely make this work. Right now, Twist having a pretty good game. 14 kills on him at the moment.
He's been doing, I think he's been a lot of fun to watch ever since he joined
that's Popsky, isn't it?
Yes.
Taking all the credit away from Twist.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, to build on my point, Twist has been a fun player to watch since he joined NiP. I think he's looked much better in NiP than he did in Fnatic, which is almost a little bit of a head-scratching situation, considering NiP had seemed to have struggled for some time before his joining.
Oh, this could be pretty explosive around the corner. Actually, that's pretty great. Twist realizing that there's going to be a lot of people around that. Forest will go down, but Simple now the only one left out in the yard. And surely they're going to come for him. Here's the drop off the container. Even trying to flush him out with a grenade. Oh
my god.
He just lines that up like it's nothing.
He's so good with the deagle.
Yeah, give him more fights. This is interesting.
Oh, he wants that so badly. And one player crouching into the open is Simple going to expect that. He's looking for it, and he's got another one. Man, it doesn't even matter that he lost the round. Even Lekro's just got to laugh and shrug that one off. What a player. Simple 3 kills there right at the end. Taking some of the economy away from the hands of the Ninjas. But the gap is closed. CT side, NiP's making a roaring comeback. It's what, 3-1 in the second half. 11-8 overall.
Yeah, now we need to see something out of Navi here. T side, they got some grenades. Not all the grenades they really want, but enough to make something work. And already out into the garage is Lekro. Although it is with an M4, which is, I mean, not the most exciting weapon to have all the way back here. Just, I think, waiting and hoping that they, again, try and go for one of those mini plays.
Well, Forest waiting patiently up towards heaven. Electronics already made his way down. He's the only one. There are a few more players staggered behind him, but they need, I think, another smoke to make that crossing safely. A lot of utility used by Navi to get into these positions, which means eventually the bomb site, they won't have a whole lot to utilize. Nice shoulder peek from Flamey. A good win. Took a little bit longer, took more health than he would have liked, but he does get the frag, and that's all that matters. The return from Force, though, is stellar.
Baited into that shot. Just the shoulder showing down there.
I don't know how Navi wins this. They have one flashbang.
Throw a really good flashbang.
Well, the peek from Forest is going to help. Rez obviously has to push into Hut to get into some safety. One player downstairs, so... oh my god, are you kidding me? That's unreasonable. Up the ladder, but good cover from Electronic, and they have to know. Plopsky making a bid for it right at the end as well. And it's not even a lack of utility. What a shot from Twist and a follow-up. A third kill. That is a freak show. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, that is truly outrageous. I can't believe he did that. Now we're just waiting for the replay, because that was... my god.
This is the interesting one. Oh, he just popped up for Guardian. He just took Guardian's attention away when he was coming into the bomb site to find Plopsky. That's a rough scenario. Yeah, that one perhaps like a little bit of a dice roll to give Twist that shot.
Unreasonable. Smoke is... or Molotov? Yeah, they don't even know what to do. Oh no, that was the perfect combo. Just Lekro blocking them off with the Molotov, then just doing enough damage so that Electronic runs into it to go down. And Navi really not having much of a say on the second half at all. Struggling with the economy, and NiP are just looking way more confident back here.
See if Navi can find a solution. They do have a nice 3-on-1 downstairs for the moment. Although Forrest hears a lot of information, he's going to be so tough to clear out of this position. But surely he's calling for reinforcements. That's Flamey caught out in the open. And all someone has to do is walk down this ramp to get into a position to help Forrest. Going to ignore the door opening, tapping away. He knows that Guardian's going to come try and punish. One more at the window distracts him for just a moment. But not enough firepower to put him down. 11-10. NiP closing the gap quickly.
Yeah, you can see Forrest in that moment. He's not even feeling any pressure at all. Enjoying the fact that that he had the health in the range with that M4. It's 10-11. NiP almost making it all the way back. Not the greatest economy they're building right now on the CT side, but it can suffer a loss and they can still buy. And now we need just anything at this point. Anything at all on this second half.
Yeah, any little bit of life. Everyone lined up for a hit towards the inner bomb site. 2 players back towards T-spawn for the moment. Here comes the flashbangs over. See if they can have any power on the entries. Again, not a lot of utility, so this must work. Flashbang comes in late. Oh, what a perfect timing for that. Forrest is so blind. No chance in the fight, and that means they get a wrap on the bomb site. Plopsky's found himself 2, and that's the bomb. The bomb is down and Hut into a 2-on-2. And how do you get away? Navi, what a tough scenario. Boomich has bailed him out for the moment, but this is a winnable 1 versus 2 for Twist.
Looked like he was trying to wallbang that for quite a while and doesn't really pay off. 4 bullets left, so might want to think about a reload at some point here before you go for it.
You only need 2.
Yeah, that's a good. That would be great if he just went for it. He's gonna pick up the Krieg instead, but that smoke. I mean, gonna have a chance here. Setting up for the Molotov. Amazing if someone had been in that close corner, but
yeah, all he's done now is block himself off for 7 more seconds. So yeah, no option but to save. Was hoping for a mistake, and it's not presented to him. Well done from Boomich and Guardian. 12th round now for Navi in their first in some time. It had been 5 in a row for NiP after losing the pistol and then winning everything else. So Navi's back on the board, back to their winning ways.
Yeah, it got a little bit expensive, but this is a great entry. Those flashbangs that are thrown that come through the ceiling windows, I'm just usually very suspicious of. It feels so unlikely that you're going to get, you know, a lot of really good ones. I know people do it all the time.
Yep.
But I feel like it's such a lottery whether or not they actually work.
Well, listen, he got two assists there.
Yeah, that was amazing.
and the one on Forrest was, I mean, who knows which flashbang it actually was, but it was great. Simple and electronic with opening kills. And this is an NiP that has guns, and there was no real fight there. Navi just hard clearing. Plopsky on the rotation to try and pick up the pieces. And Simple's gonna find one through the smoke in the corner. Rez takes the position of Forrest, and at least they know where Plopsky is. They have that information. They have Rez's location as well, and quickly into a 1-on-2.
Boomich, very aggressive to take that fight. I mean, it's definitely not necessary. But I think just, you know, feeling so good about it. Flamey will be taking down Plopsky. That was a 3v1 for Navi, and I think that's one of those moments where they left themselves a fair few openings for maybe giving the round away. But they managed to clear it out, so 13-10.
Well, this all makes sense. Seeing it back on the replay doesn't seem that crazy. Yeah, 13-10, and they've taken all the money away from NiP, who simply just don't have the economy to fight for this in any way whatsoever. Navi's going to have such a massive advantage down the stretch, especially if they can win this round with relatively clean, which shouldn't be too difficult as long as they don't go ramp room. What is that, all 5 players stacked up in ramp room?
Yeah, it's even easier. They're all in the same place. You can just go find them. Don't have to look. Don't have to spend the energy. It's great.
Oh, that would be a nightmare. That'd be funny to see Simple just walk into it. I wouldn't mind that. 13-10. And this is going to be a unique round, and you have to imagine Navi, they've got some alarms going off just because they haven't seen any utility in the hut or squeaky door. They haven't heard any noises. They haven't seen any of the utility. So in their mind, they're probably thinking it is a save of some kind, but they know that they could just be walking into a stack. Simple's going to clear out the bomb site, and that's pretty much the round. That was the round-winning play that Simple just made right there.
Yeah. Taking a step forward.
What a legend.
And NiP, you know, waiting around on the other side of that wall and hearing them on the bomb site. Now looking for end of round kind of kills. Even that might be tricky. They may just get nothing at all here.
Yeah, they're just going to back away. I don't think it would have really mattered if they ran into their death, if they just went for the weapons at the end and they all got destroyed, but why hand over free money to your opponents?
Yeah, all backing out. 14 rounds is what it's going to be for Navi. Oh. And I honestly, I can't even tell you why NiP stopped winning fights or like even returning damage, you know, a couple of rounds ago.
It's been a little bit weird, hasn't it?
Navi just kind of put it into another gear and said, what if we just get, you know, all the entries?
Yeah, what if we just start winning again? That's exactly what they've done. 4 in a row now.
31 kills on Simple.
That happened, I don't want to say quietly, but 31 kills.
I mean, considering that we're not even at the end of the map yet, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good performance. Electronic has moved up along the wall. Very close to turning this corner. That spam is going to give him some information. So are the footsteps that he's hearing out of Lekro. And again, all the way back to Secret. No resistance from the NiP defense.
Just looking for that one early fight that they could maybe pick up out here. Patiently waiting right now, Navi. The smokes are going out for the cross and Boomich. I think he's hoping that someone would use the fact that the smokes aren't there anymore to then, you know, come take a look. But no one's given him that choice yet.
Ooh, Simple is legged. That's going to be frustrating. And Boomich, the timing. Oh, he does find Lekro. He goes back and sees him out in the open. And now towards the upper bomb site, Molotovs, flashbangs coming out. Forrest distracted towards door, exposes him, and Boomich has 3.
He was waiting for like a good 30, maybe 35 seconds for that play from Lekro. Once he gets it, he's like, all right, open mini, open the bomb site, just everything from there on out. That's a lot of patience, but what a great reward.
Yeah, I was going to say, it pays off. Well rewarded in the end. And Plopsky just trying to make sure that the hunt doesn't begin too early into the bomb timer. But Navi going to be 15 to 10, and they have 5 chances to close out this map.
5 chances, and for NiP, I mean, this money is going to be, the rifles here are going to be pretty damn important. Plopsky, no chance there. And sort of failing to even save that rifle. They needed that. Twist 1 versus 1, and Simple can't even find him. So I don't know. They get to save the AWP. That's something, but not a lot to write home about for NiP right now. And it was looking good. Like they made the whole comeback. They did all the work.
Yeah.
Well, they're throwing it away a little bit.
Again, it's one of those things you ignore if you really are riding home, so to speak. You kind of don't say anything about this because you're already in the grand final.
People don't really write home anymore, do they?
Oh, you still write emails.
Yeah.
You write text messages.
Does that count? I guess maybe it does.
Well, I guess, you know, it probably counts to the child, not so much the parent.
Lekro already tagged up. Auto shotgun here in the hut on Rez, and Twist with the AWP. It's not a lot to get excited about here for NiP. Maybe, again, they could tie up the game and even just take that away from Navi. Just the last little bit of pleasure that they might have had winning a game. They can steal it still.
They still could. This auto shotgun's in perfect position. Not swinging too wide, just holding the angle, waiting for the peek to come in. Using a smoke to try and make him believe that he's going to be deep into the bomb site. I don't think this really fakes too many people out these days. And this position could be so strong. It's obviously if they push you here, but then also what a fast flank you can't have. And oh, Boomich. He snuck right past that angle. He was quick. Forrest gets pegged with the smoke. Oh, what a drop from Twist, but he couldn't set his feet quick enough.
Yeah, it looked like he would have had that. Forrest's Molotov should be pretty powerful. Boomich, though, he actually sees it coming and he's just moved out the way. Simple will take down Forrest. And now Plopsky and Lekro, 2 versus 4 to try and, again, extend this a little bit further. It seems, once again, absolutely impossible for NiP. Nobody having much of a say here in the second half. I mean, the comeback was looking good, and then there was just nothing left. So 16 to 10, and it'll be Navi to pick up the game here on Nuke. You know, it would have been so much better for them, again, if they could have had one of those victories earlier.
Yeah, I referenced it a couple times. That tie to Cloud9 is kind of, I think that was the real one that kind of
Yeah.
trip them up in this second day coming in to try and make it to the finals. That one was just so brutal. Obviously, a second tie against Astralis. So I mean, they came close, but obviously it's going to be disappointing that they don't make it there because from what we saw yesterday, you know, coming into today, I can't remember who asked me what I thought the grand finals would be, and I said, I was like, you know, there's a great chance FaZe versus Navi could be a final. That would be cool. FaZe versus Liquid could have been cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, Liquid dropping the ball as well today. But I mean, regardless, we have that FaZe NiP final. So I mean, a pretty good showing from NiP. They'll take some rest and then they'll get to it, and we're going to head down to the analyst.